much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Panther fans, it's hard to beat Friday Night Football in Benton, Arkansas. Each year our
exceptional customer experience.
Everett has earned our trust.
Everett always gives me the best deal.
always. Hubbard made it happen.
That's the only place we will ever buy a car from, ever.
We are grateful for the opportunity to serve. Discover the Everett difference for yourself.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? When you work with Caitlin King, your Edward Jones financial advisor, she focuses on what's important to you. You'll work together to create a personalized financial strategy to help you reach your goals. And you can partner long-term to help your strategy stay on track. Contact Caitlin today at 315-5488. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
So as a kid growing up in Benton, I dreamed of being a football player for the Panthers. And once I got into high school, I got to live out that dream. And the support every Friday night from the community here in this place is really, really special. Now that I'm a mortgage lender, it is my turn to support you. If you are looking to buy a home or refinance a loan, come see us at Neo Home Loans in downtown Benton.
All right, Coach, we got a full house tonight here at Lost Pizza.
Yes, sir.
For Panther Live.
Great crowd tonight.
Very vocal crowd tonight. Looks like some of our tables got hijacked, but we've still got a full house here.
We do. We're missing a few guys down front, but that's all right. We still got a great crowd, and coming off a big comeback win from the loss and everything. So good night for us.
Yeah, it was a good weekend in Benton. A lot of history with the museum celebrating 30 years. Big celebration Sunday afternoon. But your bunch made history Friday night. The second most points a Benton Panther team has scored in the history of Benton High School football with 87.
Right. Yeah, it was just a night that everything came together, and you don't see games where you score 87 points very often. You know, today's game is a very fast-paced, up style, but you know, the second half, if you get the clock going, it goes so fast, it's hard to get to an 87 mark sometime. But phenomenal job by our offense of just executing all night, continuing, regardless of who we put in. It seemed like everything was clicking for us, and they did some things defensively that was not good for them. And it was a really good matchup for us, and you know, we're doing what was best for our football team. You know, I mean, when you're putting 8 guys consistently in the box, and it's not real smart to run into that box. So we did some things that were beneficial to us, and it worked out really well. And Coach Drew Harris got a heck of a game, and he came to me one time. He's like, "Hey, what do I do?" I said, "Keep doing what you're doing. It's not right for us to run into that box, and the numbers just don't add up." And you know, for people that don't know, is you're kind of counting the box and see who's in there, and you know, when they have more than you have, I mean, it's not smart to run in there. And they continued to give us the numbers that we needed, and the guys did a great job. You know, Drew executed really well. Carson and Will both had a heck of a night. Easton Snellings, John, all of our receivers had a really good night. Corey Anderson, you know, Brendan Murdoch had a touchdown. So we got everybody involved, and it was a heck of a job. And then after the first 4 possessions, after we kind of settled down and got our bearings a little bit defensively, played a really good game in the second quarter and third quarter. We lost our eyes and had a couple of misalignments and made some mistakes, and they took advantage of it. You know, Sheridan is really good on offense, and they took advantage of some of our mistakes. And one of the longest, probably the longest first quarter that I've ever coached in, 45-28. I think, like I was telling you guys, somebody upstairs on the headset said, "Coach Harris, this was a 53-minute first quarter." And I knew it was long, just didn't know what time it was. I don't keep up with track of time or anything like that. But it was a phenomenal night for the Benton Panthers.
Yep, 73 combined points in that first quarter, 593 combined yards. Never seen a quarter like it.
No, it was very up and down, fast-paced. Unfortunately, they were hitting us as fast as we were hitting them at times, and that was the frustrating part. They scored on, I think, the second play, and then they came back and scored the third play. And, you know, we were thinking, well, you know, we're just going to have to try to win a shootout, and we continued to try to make some adjustments and corrections under the tent defensively, and the guys responded. And we got a couple of stops, and that was kind of the momentum thing. I think we kept scoring and got a couple of stops, and every time they scored, we got the onside kick back, and that's a big time momentum thing when you're playing a team like Sheridan and onside kicks. And For us to have the yardage that we had with the short field all night, it's just phenomenal. So, great night of execution. And I think I told you the other night, I was talking to Wes Moore Friday night after the game, and I actually did a little interview with him today. We were selected as his team of the week on More Sports, and did a little interview with him. And he checked up, and the 87-point mark is the fourth most amount of points scored in the state of Arkansas since the AAA has been keeping records. So I'm going to submit all of that to the AAA so we can be in the record books for that. But a great night of history for us.
Yeah, and lost in all that, the PDC didn't allow a fourth down conversion until that final drive for Sheridan.
Yep.
And I can't remember a night where 17 quarterback hurries on the tackle chart.
Yeah, we had a lot of quarterback pressures, and that was, the thing that contributed to a couple of plays later on after the 4 scores. He started throwing the football up. We got some pressure in him. We didn't sack him a lot, but we did get a lot of pressures, and Cordell had 2 interceptions. That was big for us. Antonio Shelton had an interception, and all 3 of those, there was somebody coming down on him, and he knew he had to get it out. He was about to get hit. So makes it a little bit quicker throw than what he probably should have, and we did a great job of chasing the football after we made those corrections. So real proud of that effort. In the second and third quarter, I thought we played really, really solid defense, even into the fourth quarter. Then we started making some substitutions, and they got us for 2 touchdowns, and that happens when you do that. I'd have loved to have kept it at 87-28. It had looked a lot better on the stat line then. But anyway, just real proud of how our guys responded.
On the offensive side, 48 plays. Offense scored 80 points. We're going to talk about the other touchdown, but 11 touchdowns and 48 plays and a Gabe Wilbur field goal in there as well. Just a stellar night for the offense.
Yeah, I didn't really know how many plays that we had run during the game. We're under the tent, and all of a sudden we're going, hey, get extra point ready, whatever it is. And, I didn't know how efficient we were until at the end of the night. And when you're snapping it 48 times and score 80, that's phenomenal, just the efficiency of how we played. We had a lot of high percentage plays with some things that they were doing. And the guys just did a great job of seeing what they were giving us and taking advantage of what they gave us.
And we talked about last week bouncing back from the Sylvan Hills loss. That was disappointing, but I think you got to be pleased with what you saw.
For sure. One thing, you see all of our stuff that I write on the board, and last week one of the biggest things that I put on the board was don't let Sylvan Hills beat us 2 weeks. Don't let that loss carry over and let Sheridan get us, because sometimes that happens with momentum. Sometimes you get your head down a little bit and it costs you, and I'll be honest with you, the first quarter I was a little concerned. Did that loss hurt us defensively because we gave up 28 points in the first quarter, but the guys responded really well. A little attitude adjustment under the tents and kind of rattled a little bit cages, and they woke up a little bit, and we responded really well, but really, really pleased with that effort.
Absolutely. It's a night we'll never forget, and got a lot of young men to recognize tonight. So let's go Players of the Week.
For sure. Our first player we always recognize is our Farm Bureau Player of the Week, and we went with Will Carter this week. 10 receptions, 193, 4 touchdowns, and Will's first game back from injury. He just got to play a full game. He played the Bryant game, got injured, then he came back, Parkview, and played a quarter and kind of tweaked his hammy again, and has been out, so it was a big boost for us. We could have gone a couple of different guys, but we felt like Will was a big addition to our offense. And then our Offensive Players of the Week selected by broadcast crew was also Will Carter, but also Drew Davis was selected. So Drew, come on up. And Drew, a phenomenal night. I think it's 26-36, 420-something, and 8 touchdown passes. I mean, that's phenomenal. He also had, I think, 63 yards rushing on the night and a touchdown. And also found out last night, yesterday afternoon, that Drew has also been selected as the AR Preps Player of the Week that will be recognized at the Little Rock Touchdown Club next Tuesday. So we'll get to go up there and with Basil and R.J. Hawk and all those guys, and they'll present Drew with a plaque for being Player of the Week. So he's going to be our AR Preps Player of the Week for next week. And then our Defensive Player of the Week was Antonio Shelton. And Antonio has gotten better every week and been very consistent, kind of been the anchor for us on defense. He had 10 total tackles on the night, but everybody's going to remember, the interception. The interception was a phenomenal play. And what capped it off was it was down our sideline, and he ran over their quarterback, and everybody in the stadium got to see that, you know. And that was a phenomenal play that really brought a lot of excitement, a lot of energy to the ball game, and you know, it was just a great play for us. So I can't believe that it's not on the Yarnell's best play of the week or anything like that, but a great job by Antonio again this week, and we can feel like he's just, like I said, getting better every week for us. Our lineman of the week this week is Avian Beard. Okay, so come on down, Avian. And I told you a couple weeks ago when we gave this award to him, thought he had played his best game. Well, he just set another record for himself. He had 7 total tackles the other night. TFL, had a quarterback sack, had a couple quarterback hurries, and we feel like he played hands down his best game. He beat the game before. And I'm also going to tell him, and I've already told him this, if he'd played like that against Sylvan Hills, it would have helped us out a little bit more, right, Avian? Okay, he knows that, okay. But we got to get that effort out of him every week. But, man, he played his tail off. You know, you got to see him around the ball, chasing the ball down the field, making plays. And we need that energy on the defensive line. So he did a tremendous job. And then our special teams player of the week this week, we don't have enough room up here for everybody, but I'd like for those guys to stand up. We went with our kickoff return team for getting every onside kick, okay? And this is the first time that actually we did it last year. They did not get an onside kick against us last year or this year. And I'm going to tell you what, that is an awesome feat, because Sheridan, they do a really good job with that. And our guys bought into the system that Coach Hammonds, you know, kind of coordinated up for the week, and he did a great job of doing that. But I got all those guys back there. I bought them some pizza, and they're sitting in the back, okay? I got Max Gist, Easton Snellings, Bryson Mattia, Weston Monson, Chase Cobb, John Barger, Logan Hipskin, Corey Anderson, Brendan Murdoch, and Antonio Shelton maybe back there, Cordell Payne, okay, the other one, all right? But we had a great night of doing that, okay? And I don't know, one of these guys might have been on it too, okay? But anyway, they did a phenomenal job of fielding every onside kick, and those things they're difficult at times with the different things that they do with it. We felt like that was a huge turning point in the game for us.
Very good. Let's hear it for our players of the week. We're going to take a break, come back and visit with Drew Davis and Will Carter on Panther Live.
So as a kid growing up in Benton, I dreamed of being a football player for the Panthers. And once I got into high school, I got to live out that dream. And the support every Friday night from the community here in this place is really, really special. Now that I'm a mortgage lender, it is my turn to support you. If you are looking to buy a home or refinance a loan, come see us at Neo Home Loans in downtown Benton.
Tonight's game is fueled by Lane's Chicken Fingers, your local spot for crispy hand-breaded chicken, house-made sauces, and hand-spun milkshakes. Lane's has been serving up finger-licking greatness since 1994 and is now proud to call Benton home. Whether you're celebrating a win or feeding the team, Lane's is just around the corner. Visit us today at 2110 Highway 5 North, right behind Kroger in Benton.
For more than 30 years, Truman Ball Real Estate has proudly served Saline County, helping neighbors buy and sell homes while treating every client like family. Scott and his team at Truman Ball love Benton Panther Football and would be honored to be on your team too. Truman Ball Real Estate, where clients become family.
All right, welcome back to Panther Live. We've got our Neo Home Loans co-MVPs for the offense on Friday. Drew Davis, 498 total yards and 9 touchdowns. Will Carter, 10 catches, 193 yards and 4 touchdowns. So you guys hooked up on 4 touchdowns. Did you have a favorite that with Will Friday, Drew?
Mine was probably the one, I don't remember exactly. I think it was the second to last one on the slot fade going to the big house. Just because I feel like that was one of my better balls of the night, placement-wise. So.
Okay. Will, do you have a favorite?
I'd say the first one. It was just a go ball in the south end zone.
Yeah.
We just got it started.
So tell me about this little gallop into the end zone you got going on. Is that something you practice or?
I mean, no, I just get excited to get in the end zone. It kind of just happens naturally.
Yeah, I think Poot's got that like he's running through the finish line. Look, you've kind of got this little bounce into the end zone that's pretty cool to watch. Finally, you and Poot together. We've been waiting all year for you guys to be on the field at the same time, and y'all combined for 309 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns from Drew Friday night. That had to be fun, kind of having the whole crew together for the first time, Will.
No, it was awesome. We've been waiting for it all year, just to be able to play with each other and just be able to be on the field together, because I feel like it brings a lot more energy to the field.
Yeah.
It's just fun to keep playing with them since I've been playing with them so long.
Yeah. And Drew, I know it may have been frustrating for you not having all your guys out there at the same time, but y'all's chemistry, y'all look like y'all hadn't missed a practice.
Yes, sir. They've both been starting a receiver since 8th grade, and I've been throwing to them since 8th grade, and all throughout sophomore and junior year, they've always, rotated and played a lot of valuable minutes. And, not having them for the first part of the season was, it sucked not having them, but, we still were efficient as an offense. But having them back out there last Friday night, you could tell there's a difference in the offense. And it's just really good to have them healthy and ready to go each week.
Yeah. Will, you made a big difference in the Parkview game and then had the hammy act up again. It's probably been frustrating for you your senior year to play, be out a game, play, be out 2 games. How have you stayed upbeat through that?
At first I was just questioning why everything was happening to me, why does it have to be my senior year? But then Coach Harris really put an impact on me, and just finding my trust in the Lord and just being able to put everything back on Him. And once I kind of took control of that, was able to give Him everything, He kind of just gave me this sense of peace.
Excellent.
And I haven't really complained about it.
Awesome. Drew, I thought Friday was maybe the best night you've ever had throwing deep balls. Every ball was just right on target.
Yes, sir. I think that's the most shots we've ever taken as an offense, especially for me as a quarterback. And, I really like throwing shots downfield. And there was a couple that I didn't connect on. I overthrew a couple or underthrew some, but I think just overall it was a clean night through the air, and I was just glad to get these 2 guys the ball.
Absolutely. And your O-line, man,
yes, sir.
You had a big touchdown run. I don't even think you were touched.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't really touched all night. They did a great job for me in the run game and for the other running backs, and they did a great job in the passing game. I think there was one passing play I got touched, and I stepped up and threw him the touchdown. So they did a great job on the night, and I'm really grateful for those guys protecting it.
Yeah, and I know Coach Harris had challenged them after the Sylvan Hills game. The offensive line really stepped up. How fun was that, Will, Friday night to play in a game where you scored 87 points?
It was awesome. It just felt like everything we were doing was clicking. Nothing could really stop us. After something went wrong, we'd bounce back, just be able to fire back and get something else going. So, it was awesome.
Yeah. So, Drew, last Monday you committed to SAU. We're down there Saturday. What was it about Southern Arkansas that caused you to go with them?
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be a good fit for me. Coach Smiley and Coach Washington, I really like what they offer, and I think I'm really going to fit in there. And going down there, they've had a couple of quarterback problems. They've been rotating quarterbacks in and out, and I think I've got a great opportunity going in. And they're a successful Division II program, and I'm excited to get up there. I'm going to graduate early, so get up there early and see what it's like in Division II football. I'm ready for the challenge and excited for it.
Awesome, good for you. Will, what about you? Plans after high school?
I want to play football somewhere. It doesn't really matter to me how big it is, where it is. I just want to be able to play and go get a degree. Wherever I end up is where I play.
Gotcha. Any room for the offense to improve after Friday night, Drew?
There's always places to improve. I think even after scoring 87 points or 80 points, you try. It's hard to look at what you need to fix. It's more on looking at the highlights and everything. But I think a big thing is just I don't think we had a lot of penalties and negatives in the game, but just looking throughout the season, there's been 1st and 10. We've had a false start or holding or a negative that really sets us back, and it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the drive, and we need to get out of that kind of mindset. And I just think establishing the run game early is going to be big, and the offensive line's working. They're getting better each and every day and each week, so I think those are the big keys to really take another extra step in this offense.
And, Will, I know when you guys leave here, y'all usually stay together on Tuesday night and do a little work, the skill guys together. Why don't you share a little bit about what goes on Tuesday nights?
Yeah, so usually after Lost Pizza, we either go to Drew's house or we go to Coach Harris's house. And we go over plays on the whiteboard and stuff. We draw them out just like everybody draws everybody's position just so they know how the play's going on. Not just for themselves, but just to see, like, what we're trying to scheme up, who we're trying to attack, stuff like that. But also it's just, like, a way of fellowshipping with each other, a way of building that bond and just having, that relationship with each other off the field that really matters.
Yeah, it's neat to watch. So we're going to take Drew out of the equation because he's got to know where everybody is. Who is it that gets the plays right most often when y'all do it on the whiteboard?
I'd say John. John knows what he's doing, or John knows what everybody's doing a lot of the time. He can draw the whole play.
So John gets it right? A little coach in the making?
Maybe.
So who struggles the most?
Gunner Deaton.
All right. Oh, Gunner. That's good. Well, you just hand it to him, let him put his head down and run, right? So, very good. Drew Davis, Will Carter, our Neo Home Loans co-MVPs for the win over Sheridan. We'll take a break, come back and visit with Antonio Shelton and Trey Stewart on Panther Live.
For more than 30 years, Truman Ball Real Estate has proudly served Saline County, helping neighbors buy and sell homes while treating every client like family. Scott and his team at Truman Ball love Benton Panther Football and would be honored to be on your team too. Truman Ball Real Estate, where clients become family.
Is there anything more exciting on Friday nights than taking the field in front of your hometown fans? One of the most rewarding things about football is working with your team to move the ball across the goal line. My favorite part about football, though, is playing on a team. And when it comes to that, when it comes time to buy or refinance, you've got the team at Neo Home Loans to help you get across the goal line.
Midtown Plumbing services over 1 million square feet of commercial property in Little Rock. And they've also provided plumbing needs to thousands of residential clients all over Central Arkansas. Along with residential and commercial plumbing, Midtown also provides water heater sales, sewer repair, remodeling services, and 24-hour emergency plumbing. Midtown Plumbing, just a phone call away. 501-426-5900. MidtownMechanicalServices.com.
Merchants and Farmers Bank has become the local choice for many Panther, Hornet, and Saline County fans. The bank has local owners, local board members, and makes local decisions with senior management who live in Saline County. They are truly small bank friendly with big bank products and services focused on Saline County. Drop by the Benton branch at 146 West South Street in downtown Benton or the Bryant branch at the corner of Highway 5 and Spring Hill Road and talk to their friendly team members. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, welcome back to Lost Pizza and Panther Live. We've got our Neo Home Loans defensive MVP in the win over Sheridan, Antonio Shelton. 10 tackles and a 70-yard pick six. And Trey Stewart, 10 tackles on the season.
Yeah.
He had 10 tackles Friday. You've only got 10 all year. But the reason is nobody's throwing your direction. I mean, is that your reputation out there? Nobody wants to pick on you?
It's sad, but it's good too.
Yeah. Yeah, you feel kind of lonely out there, nobody throwing the receivers your way?
Very lonely.
Yeah. Now, Antonio, you've got to walk us back through that pick six, because when I went back and watched it, you were lined up on a receiver on the visitor side of the field, came all the way over near the home sideline to intercept that pass, and then take it from there.
Yes, sir. Usually coaches see a linebacker and be like, he can't cover. But I like to think of myself as a pass coverage linebacker, but I love helping in the run game. So I know if I press up, coaches will try to target me. So the first time I pressed up, Cordell got an interception, and I was covering him. So I decided to press up again and try to bait him into it. In the Sylvan Hills game last week, I lost my man sometimes when the quarterback started rolling out. But I didn't get a target off of it, but if you watch film, you'll see it. So in practice, I'll fix that. And so I came into this game, same mindset to fix it, and I fixed it. So I'm running with him, and the quarterback threw it, saw ball, get ball, took it off the sideline, bounced out, run it down the sideline, see quarterback, know he wanted it, so I gave it to him. ran him over, pushed it down the sideline. I see my guys pancaking a few people. I had to flip in the end zone because I told my guys I was going to flip in the end zone if I got one.
Yeah. So pick six flip.
Yes, sir.
So he was wanting it and you gave it to him, huh?
Yes, sir.
I love that line. I love that line. So what's going to be your big splash, Trey, when you get a pick six?
I'll probably just start dancing everywhere.
Just go dance mode, huh? Yeah. So what's the hardest part about playing cornerback? I mean, you're kind of one-on-one out there playing a lot of man-to-man this year.
It's like with linebackers, if you make one mistake, it's probably like a 5-yard, 6-yard game. With corner, if you make one mistake, it's either a touchdown or a 30-yard bomb.
Yeah, yeah. You feel the pressure of that every play, or you just?
It's a lot of pressure, but you just got to roll with it, and that's your job.
Yeah, yeah. And you've done a great job this year, cover corner, and nobody picking on you. Senior year, Antonio, you lead the team in tackles with 57, lead the team in sacks with 4. Only defensive TD so far. You pleased with the way your senior year is going?
Yes, sir, in certain moments. But with all the leading in the stats, I also lead the team in lows, and that's not good. So this game I fixed it. I had 1 low. Next game I hope I have 0 lows. So I'm going to just run around and just play with passion and heart like I always do.
Man, it takes a lot of humility to admit that. You know, I'm propping up all your good stuff, and you say, hey, I got this I can work on. So what do you think the defense can do to improve, Trey?
Especially like getting lined up and like with the hurry up game, because every team has tried it now since watching Jonesboro and Simmons Hills, and we didn't got better at it each week, but we still need to come faster and come harder.
Is that the hardest part about a tempo team, just getting lined up right?
Yes, sir, because you're trying to understand what they just did and trying to realize what they're trying to do now.
Yeah, big challenge. Antonio, what about you? What do you think the defense can do to improve?
We usually do co-op practice, co-op on Wednesdays, but we're doing it on Tuesdays and Wednesdays now. So in that area, I feel like screen game, we have worked very well in co-oping. In the run game, we need to fix certain moments, like either our safety filling in the D gap or our linebacker filling the C or the B, or our D tackles filling in the A. We just need to fix that, clean that up a little bit to stop Greenwood hurry up offense, because that's the goal to go to state.
There you
go. I know we will see them.
Yep, very good. So Sheridan was a pass-heavy team. El Dorado's kind of a power run team. You got a preference as to which you prefer defending against, a pass team or a run team?
Not really, but I love to see a run-heavy team because I know if we destroy the run game, later in the season, teams would like to pass a lot. And I trust my DBs, Masai, Trey, all of them. I'll trust them a lot. And I think we'll get it done if they try to pass the ball. So if we stop El Dorado this week, teams will struggle game planning.
And I got to believe you like the pass teams, don't you?
I love it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, how about let's do a little Panther most likely real quick, okay? Who is the Panther most likely, Antonio, to snore the loudest on the bus ride to El Dorado Friday?
I don't really think we have a snorer on the team, but I know we do have heavy sleepers like Beard, Madison Hurd, and Major Holloway.
Okay.
But if I give it to the snorer, it's probably going to be Major. Major does not wake up at all. So.
Major? All right. Who you got, Trey?
I'll say Bryson Mattia.
Bryson Mattia. Okay. Who is the Panther most likely, Antonio, to become a high school teacher in the future?
I don't even know. I'll say either Gavin Betts because of his swagger, like how he holds himself and how he always helps people. He just helps around, so probably Gavin.
Okay, Gavin Betts. Who you got, Trey?
I'll say Logan Hipskin.
Logan? Okay. All right. So this is not a Panther most likely, but who's your favorite, been your favorite teacher in high school and why?
Miss Owen. She's always helping me with things, and I like her. She has a lot of passion, and yeah.
Good. Trey?
I'll say Mr. Burnham.
Mr. Burnham? Okay. Who is the Panther most likely to be the first one to get married?
That's a lot of commitment. Actually, no, Bryson Mattia for sure. Easily.
Mattia?
Yes.
The loud snorer is going to be the first one to get married. All right, Trey.
Avian Beard.
Avian. You getting a disagreement from his family over there. So, all right. Antonio, last one. Who is the Panther most likely to remember your birthday? He's scanning the room.
It's probably going to be like Kason Wright or John Barger.
Okay, Kason or John. Trey?
It's either Corey or Drew.
Corey or Drew. Very good. All right. Guys, congratulations on a great year so far. Keep it up, and good luck at El Dorado Friday. Antonio Shelton, Trey Stewart in the senior spotlight this week. We'll come back and finish up with Coach Harris right after this.
Merchants and Farmers Bank has become the local choice for many Panther, Hornet, and Saline County fans. The bank has local owners, local board members, and makes local decisions with senior management who live in Saline County. They are truly small bank friendly with big bank products and services focused on Saline County. Drop by the Benton branch at 146 West South Street in downtown Benton or the Bryant branch at the corner of Highway 5 and Spring Hill Road and talk to their friendly team members. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
All right, coaches, we welcome you back. You said watching the film it didn't look like the Sheridan quarterback wanted it, and Antonio gave it to him anyway.
No, he definitely didn't want it, I promise you. So he turned away from it. He tackled like a bad junior high defensive back. So he definitely didn't, but I was real proud. That was an awesome play. You know, that's something he'll remember the rest of his life. It'll get better as the years go on, too.
Absolutely.
You know, it'll be a 93-yard return before long or something like that. But phenomenal play, you know, and that helped. Just a momentum. We were already up at that point, but it was kind of an exclamation mark that really got the crowd into it and got the sideline into it. Just an awesome. That's what's great about high school football is you see moments like that, you know, and phenomenal play by him. And if you notice, there's a lot of guys on defense that are flying down the field, getting blocks and everything. I think Cordell, he got one block on 77, but 77 remembered him, and he got him back later in the game pretty good. But there were some really nice plays during that play.
Yeah, and nothing better. And it seems like we've had a lot of luck with defensive touchdowns against Sheridan. I think all the way back to Chandler Cliff down there running a fumble back last year. You got two.
We got two last year with Walter Hicks and Jay Alford, you know, and the great thing about that one last year is Jay sprung Walter with a block, and then later on Walter sprung Jay with the block and everything. So that was pretty cool and everything. So, yeah, we've had a lot of success against Sheridan. Hopefully we can keep that up, and it wouldn't hurt my feelings none if we had one this week against El Dorado, too.
No doubt. So as we flip the page to El Dorado, I want to start with the conference standings because the parity in the conference this year, we go into week 7 with 5 teams tied atop the conference with one loss. I can't ever remember it being like this before.
No, and I told you earlier, I talked to Wes Moore, and we talked about this, and I feel like the last couple of years we've kind of been the team that's been a step above everybody in the conference, and if we played well, it was a big win for us. And if we didn't play well, we felt like we would still win. And now I think, man, there's a lot of balance and parity in there, and you know, you got us and El Dorado, Sylvan, Marion, and Jonesboro sitting here at 2-1, and I think any of those teams, and I mean, Sheridan's dangerous scoring. You know, that's the scary thing about them, and Catholic can be one of those teams, but the 5 top teams, I'm telling you, you're going to have to play to beat those teams. And You know, we go to El Dorado Friday night, we're going to play well. It's not going to be one of those gimmies where we can be off, but a very balanced league, and I think that our conference it's going to help our conference overall this year because, you know, when we was in the West for all those years, everybody was like, the East is not a real good conference, and it's kind of been that way. Oh, y'all are going to the East, it's a weak conference, and I think everybody's going to have to push everybody to get to where they want to be in the playoffs, and I think that's going to make us a better football team come playoff time. We're going to be tested and pushed a little bit more, and if you look back the last couple of years when we've lost in the semis, we hadn't been pushed all the way to the semis. So it's going to give our guys a little bit of an edge, a little bit of experience of, hey, maybe we've been down or maybe it's been a close game. So I think I like that. You know, I love to win the football games, and I've said this 50-14, but I also love to win ball games that was close, like the Sheridan game for a quarter, and then we just open it up. Or when we go to Jonesboro, same thing, back and forth game to the third quarter, and then we open it up. You know, those games are great to coach in. You know, we love the competition of it as coaches, just like the players do. But a lot of balance this year, and it's going to be tough. We got this week, and then we still got Catholic, West Memphis, but we got Marion in week 10. You know, El Dorado goes to Marion and beats Marion, so we still got a couple of games on the schedule that we got to win. You know, and I said this last week, we're fighting for first place every week. That's what it comes down to right now. We stumped our toe against Sylvan Hills and didn't play as well as we needed to. They beat us. Give them all the credit, but we've got to play well the rest of the year.
Looking at El Dorado, they had a 4-game win streak snapped Friday. Sylvan Hills went down there and beat them 25-10. What did you gather about El Dorado from that film?
You mentioned it just a few minutes ago. They are a run-heavy. They want to establish the run game, and I'm telling you what, they have a really talented running back in Jeremy Samuels, if he's healthy. He got banged up in the Marion game, didn't play the entire Sylvan Hills game. Don't know what his status is going to be, but he did play. If he's healthy, he's as good a running back as we're going to see all year. 5'9", 190 pounds, very strong kid, came to our state weight meet, very good in his weight class, but he's a big, strong back, and we're going to have to play really well on defense. If we don't tackle well, it could be a long night for us on defense. So they got 4 returning starters on the offensive line back, so you love that as a coach. I know they love that as a team. And they got their running back and their quarterback back, so there's a lot of that nucleus back, and they're going to try to run in your face a lot, you know. And they've put that on film, and the last 3 weeks they've been in a lot of heavy sets, and hey, here we come. You know, they're not taking a lot of shots over the top, so it's going to be a physical game. A little bit different style for us. We've been playing a lot of man coverage, covering people recently. We're going to kind of adjust some things that we do, and we're going to have to come downhill and get some guys, you know. So a little bit of different philosophy this week.
Yeah. What about El Dorado defensively?
Well, they're a 4-3 base team, and they've got some guys up front that can play. Their linebacking core is very good. The Lumsey kid, that he didn't play against us last year, but I think he's one of the best linebackers in the conference, athleticism-wise. He looks healthy. He looks good. He's about a 210-pound middle linebacker that can run sideline to sideline. Then they got 2 outside backers that played a lot for them last year. A couple of defensive tackles that are not huge like we saw with Bryant or North Little Rock or Parkview, but they're good-sized guys that move really well, probably very similar to a Sylvan Hills type defensive line that gave us problems. So we're going to have our work cut out for us up front. On the other hand, our offensive line may have played the best game they played this last week, you know, so we feel like we're taking steps in the right direction, but it will be a challenge for us up front. We like our matchup in the passing game. They play a lot of cover 4, soft coverage type stuff, so there's a lot of things out there in the passing game. We feel like we've got some things dialed up, but we really like some things we've tried to scheme up a little bit more in the run game for our offense. We've got to get the run game going, established a little bit more, so we can lean on that as needed.
What are the biggest keys for a Benton win?
Well, I put on the board this week, just like the week before, don't let Sylvan Hills beat us. Don't let the success of the Sheridan game follow into this week, because one of the biggest things that I find every week is, you know, momentum shifts up and down, and guys carry that over. You know, we can't live off last week. 87 points is not helping us this week, so we've got to go back out and we got to earn it. So we got to get refocused on El Dorado. You know, when you want to fight for first place and play a competitive game, you got to be locked in and be where your feet are, things like that. So, you know, just being locked in on El Dorado, number one. I think the main thing on the field, the physicality of it, is going to be controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides. Their power run game against our defensive front, I really like. We've got our defensive line a little bit healthier now. Avian's playing good. We got Drake Woodard playing well, but we also got a big addition back in Carson Conyers last week. So we're going to have some guys that really step up and really anchor in the defensive line. So we've adjusted some fronts and different things that we're going to do. So we're going to control it there. And then we just talked about our O-line's going to be challenged again. So I think that's probably the number one key is being able to control the line of scrimmage. Because if we can't control them, we can't take shots down the field, and there's nothing for us. So that's probably the biggest key we've got this week.
Yep, and it's always a fun environment at El Dorado.
Sure.
That old stadium there right in the heart of town. It's a fun place to go play.
I love that stadium. A lot of people don't like the old stadiums, but, man, I love going to a place like El Dorado, Texarkana, the old stadium, the concrete and everything. Man, it's neat to coach in. I love our new stadium. Siloam Springs, the stadium is phenomenal, but something about when you go to El Dorado and we're dressing underneath the bleachers, come out from underneath it. It's just a neat environment. Yeah. So let's try to fill it up for these guys Friday night down at El Dorado, and let's try to let's fight for first place again.
Yeah. So we started with history. We're going to end with history. Benton win Friday night would tie Coach Harris with Dwight Fite as the winningest coach in Benton High School history. So the Panthers can get a win Friday at El Dorado and make history happen and give Coach Harris a chance to set the record the following week at home against Little Rock Catholic. Hope all the Panther fans will drive down to El Dorado. Again, your PSA, be very careful driving through Hampton. Don't speed. Tell you that every year we go down there. But if you can't make it, you can watch a live stream. The Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show will begin at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock. For Brad Harris and the Benton Panthers, I'm Jim Gardner. Thanks for joining us tonight for Panther Live.